Body positivity celebrates curvy women but shames skinny ones.
You choose to call us fat instead of plus size. Cool, whatever rocks your boat. Just another word in the dictionary.
It's almost a reason to not allow women to better themselves.
You can be healthy at any size is just a myth created to avoid accountability.
Don't tell us to lose weight to be fit. No, it doesn't hurt being big, and it's not a crime.
It is hard to lose weight. It's very hard to lose weight.
Yeah.
It's sacrifice, it's discipline, it's so many things. By the time you're going under the knife to change your shape, to bring your waist in, that tells me that that person is not body positive about the way they were. Hi there, I'm Alison Nyather. I am 54 years young, and I am the owner and founder of a fitness studio called Body by Alison Caroline, which is in its 6th year.
Hi guys, I'm Shish Escalita. I'm in the events industry. I'm part of the admins of a group called Plus Size. We basically just we support plus size, you get, yeah.
African women are naturally thick and don't need to conform to Western ideals.
I believe that African women do not need to conform to Western ideals, but I disagree that all African women are thick, or a better word, curvy.
I think I will agree, because if we are talking about African women, let's just give it an example of South Africa, like the Zulu people. They're actually like my best. Those people just own up to their traditions, to their being thick and everything. So I would agree, African women are just naturally thick, and we don't have to conform to the Western ideals, especially where we are told we're supposed to be having flat tummies, the figure 8 thing, yeah? So I will agree. They are naturally thick and they don't have to conform to any Western ideals.
So we agree that we don't have to conform. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Body positivity celebrates curvy women but shames skinny ones.
I agree on that. Very often, skinny women are not included in that body positivity. So, for example, assume somebody has the audacity to post themselves in a bikini and they've got a slim waist and a flat stomach. There'll be a lot of hate talk towards that. Oh, that person's just showing off, da 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 da. So what do you think?
I actually feel like it's different. Mm-hmm. Being in a field where I deal with plus size ladies or even guys, mm-hmm. I feel like we are the plus size, we're actually shamed more than the skinny ones. Because like nowadays, we are used to being told to unfat. We also have a new name. We're being called Wamama Wanono, like fat women. So I feel like nowadays you're supposed to be, if you're skinny, the better. But the minute you're plus size, even this plus size, there's also a limit to where you're being plus size. So when it comes to shaming, from my side and in the plus size field, I feel like thick is shamed, and then the slender ones, they're like the perfect ones.
Okay, that's interesting. Although, I guess, so what we're saying then is that it's on both sides.
Yeah. So I think from my side, I will say it's the opposite. We are shamed more than the slender ladies.
Which is why I guess the whole body positivity movement started.
That's actually where it started. Because we also, it doesn't hurt being big, mm-hmm. and it's not a crime. And we can't all be slender. We can't. So if every time any thick person is seen as unhealthy, like you're unfit and stuff. Mm-hmm. So that's actually where the body positivity movement of plus is affair started.
Okay.
Because we needed to give people a space to actually own their bodies. Mm-hmm. Like you don't fit in, just be you and just own it.
Yeah, I agree and I disagree. Mm-hmm. I think the whole body positivity movement is a good thing, right? Because mm-hmm. we shouldn't be ashamed of where we are or how we look like.
Yeah.
But I also feel that it's almost a reason to not allow women to better themselves if they choose to. Right? So it's okay, just be as you are, accept who you are, which is fine. But I think I come more in the angle, as opposed to how you look, it's what's going on inside the body.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. And so that's where now I would come in and say, I have a couple of questions about that, you know? So yeah.
But then again, I feel like body positivity is just, it's not, there's no spectacular, there's no specific line of where body positivity comes in. I mean, you can be slender or small, but you can still have your own, whatever of body positivity. So I feel like body positivity is just you, whoever you are, just you. Doesn't matter big, small, whatever. Just be positive of where you fall in, like body-wise, like your size. Yeah. But now for me, I will always preach about the plus size. That's all.
And obviously the inclusivity of that, you know, which I agree 100%. And I think body shaming is bad news across the board, you know, it's not necessary.
It's not, but then again, you just have to deal with it. What do? You just have to deal with it. So it's good when you find your own tribe. Like for us, the plus size affair group or movement, like it's more of plus size people found their tribe. So that's actually that place you can get. I'm among the smallest people in our community, like in that plus size affair. So it's good when you find your tribe. So
I agree. Yeah. But let me ask you, with the tribe, okay? With the plus tribe, is there any talk of how, like health?
Yeah, there is. We do have that. We actually have, it's something we are starting right now. We're trying to work on getting brands and working with like members who are doctors and stuff. So they give us, when they have like these checkups and stuff, so we can try and see how we can like try to accommodate that and work with it with the members first before like it's given out to the public. So yeah, we do have checkups. I mean, it's not that because you're plus size now like you're supposed to be like, okay, I'm plus size, that's it. Now, there's still your health. Your health still comes first. Yeah. So, yes, you can be body positive. You can be proud of your size, but your health comes first. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree.
You can be healthy at any size is just a myth created to avoid accountability.
You can be healthy at any size to avoid the myth.
It's just a myth created to avoid
we've
accountability.
Touched about that a little bit in our previous question. You can be healthy at any size. It's not a myth per se, because I mean you can be big and you don't have any, what do we call them? Any lifestyle diseases. But then again, you can be on this other side, the slender people or the fit people. Let me call them the fit, because now you're coming in with your fit, your fitness. So I don't know. It's not a myth. But then again, you still have to work on your health, no matter what size you are. So being fit at any size, it is not a myth. But a little bit, people get comfortable.
Yes, I agree.
A little bit. People do get comfortable.
Yeah. And almost an excuse to, give up. That's it. This is my size. This is who I am. Sure. And, whereas I think the risks of that are far greater in the long run. And I'm speaking just from experience,
You can tell us your experience.
Okay. So I have battled with my weight at times, definitely. I've never been classified as obese. So the whole body mass index, I've never subscribed to that because it's actually not an accurate measurement of how big you are. It's like a perceived. So what you're supposed to do is divide your weight by your height, and then it gives you a number. And then between those numbers, so 18 and below, somebody's underweight. 25, I think it is you are, or 20 to 25 is what they consider normal. 25 and above is, overweight, and then 30 plus is obese. Mm-hmm. So I tend not to believe that that's accurate at all, because it doesn't take into account somebody's bone structure, the heaviness of their bones, the heaviness of their muscles, and all of that.
Yeah, and genetics as well.
And your genetics, absolutely. That plays a huge role in everything. But I stand at 5'9". I've been relatively, I would say, I've been overweight, but then I would fluctuate from normal to overweight to normal. And I don't think I've ever been below normal. I've never been skinny. But what I realized is that at times when I was overweight, so right now I'm 70 kilos, okay? And when I had my daughter, when I first realized that I was going to have my child, I was 63 kilos, right? Mm-hmm. And I never thought of myself as thin. But now at 70 kilos, and I feel okay. Like I still fit into my clothes. But that's a whole 7 kilos more. Basically, what I was getting at is that in my heavier times, which was definitely after I had my children, I just didn't feel good. Forget looking, because I was used to me being that 63 kilo person. And by the time I had my kids, I think I had jumped to like 80 kilos. And for me, a big gauge was my clothes don't fit. Yeah. And I would refuse to go and buy bigger clothes, because for me, that was just, I was almost accepting that this is where I am.
Yeah, I think we all have those moments.
Yeah. So I would battle. So then I would lose weight, and then I would come back and because for me, dieting is not an option. I am not a disciplined person in terms of I'm going to stick to a diet. Mm-hmm. So it's only of late, in the last few years, that I have realized that everything truly is in balance. I've never subscribed to fad diets, It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
So I mean, where I'm at right now, even though I'm 7 kilos heavier, but then again, I was in my late 20s at that point. Yeah. I feel that I'm at a stage now that it ceases to be about what I look like, but more about how I feel.
How you feel, yeah.
And
I think that's all just what body positivity is all about.
And that's what body positivity is all about. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, at the end of the day. Yeah. I just feel that there are far more health concerns moving forward. For example, joints issues. Like I run a studio, I run a fitness studio. Mm-hmm. And some of my clients are always like, my knees. And maybe they've had a knee injury, which is something different. But some have actually been told by the doctor, you need to lose weight.
You need to lose weight, yeah, true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or climbing the stairs and somebody's breathless. Those are all indicators that something's not right. And so I wish people would change their own narrative and make it not about what you look like or what somebody looks like, but more about how you feel. Yeah. And the thing is, you don't know what's going on inside your body.
Yeah, you don't know until you get checked.
Yeah. Or somebody, drops from a heart attack, and yet they were perfectly fine. Yeah. Or, something like that. Mm-hmm. The onset of diabetes, high cholesterol, all those things. So those are what I would call the silent killers, because you don't see what's going on inside. And excess weight, and a lot of it, for me, it ceases to be about that body positivity, but more about change the narrative and make it about body positivity, but on the inside, like what's going on the outside, not just on the outside.
Then I feel like that one's supposed to be a personal obligation, because the end of the day, it's you and you alone. So as much as body positivity is going to be preached and talked about, I feel like at the end of the day, you're supposed to just go back, check yourself, make your health a priority.
But that's what I wish the movement would become about, because it's a movement. And I feel a lot of people jump on the movement, and I'm generalizing now, because it is hard to lose weight. It's very hard to lose weight. Even if somebody's told, you've got to lose 5 kilos, it's a hard thing. It's sacrifice, it's discipline, it's so many things. We have these clinics popping up here for surgery.
Oh, and the other ones where all influencers are moving to the Ozempic ones.
And that, So and let's just talk about surgery. By the time someone's being extreme, and for me, by the time you're going under the knife to change your shape, to bring your waist in, to bring, whatever it is in, that tells me that person is not body positive about the way they were, right? They're not embracing of that. But it also tells me that person doesn't want to put in the work.
They just want the shortcut.
They want the shortcut,
But then at the end of the day, is there really a specific way that everyone is supposed to lose weight?
No.
Or it's whatever works.
But it's well, I mean, okay, that's another debate.
Exactly.
That's another whole debate.
Body positivity has been hijacked by brands to sell products rather than empower people.
Okay. I think it's true. Which example can I give? Okay, I don't want to mention brands, but when we're working with clothing lines, it's not even about... Okay, you see, when you talk about plus size, there's nowhere plus size is told that you're supposed to be this figure, you're supposed to have flat tummy, Nah, we don't have that. But now when it comes to brands, especially clothing lines, if you don't have a flat tummy mostly, you don't get gigs most of the times. So like they're using this plus size cliche, but they're not actually working with plus size women. So it's not even no longer about body positivity itself. It's just, it's something that everyone is talking about. So let's just roll with it. Let's just get our money and that's it. So there's not much that brands are helping with.
No.
I actually feel like most take advantage of it.
It's true. Very true. I agree with that 100%.
Gym bros are celebrated, but women who lift weights are called manly.
Sorry, can you repeat that question?
Gym bros are celebrated, but women who lift weights are called manly.
I think that's changed because let me talk about my own age group. When you hit menopause, that is a time where, things start falling apart, right? And there's a lot of talk now about how important it is to lift weights, to be strong. The stronger you are, the better. It protects against, again, all these health issues that one has as one gets older. I think in the past, yes, women would be called too manly, particularly, again, on their physique, if they were the bodybuilding type, versus guys, For me, it's like, you do you. You want to lift weights and, grow muscles beyond, then you do you. But I think the narrative is slightly changing now because it's actually sexy to lift weights now,
Sexy for the guys or the ladies or both?
For both.
Oh, okay.
And because it's changed to the fact that the benefits again of lifting weights and having muscle in the long term for longevity of life is now being promoted more.
Okay. I wouldn't talk much about fitness. I don't know. I only hit the gym once in a year. When I feel a little bit unfit, I'm like, let me just go and, just run the treadmill for like some time. And once I feel a little bit light, I'm like, I'm good. Now we can go back to where we were. So about fitness and gym, I don't know much. Yeah, that I don't know much.
I'll invite you. Come.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, come to the studio. Then, because what it is, fitness, and that's, I think, part of my role, is that I want to change the perception of fitness. Mm-hmm. It's not about necessarily, running a marathon from 0 to 100. No. Fitness should be fun. It should be a community, like how you're talking about your plus size tribe, the tribe. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So fitness is, again, a tribe. Yeah. Definitely, there are different groups. But the group I subscribe to is we have fun. We make things fun. So when it's a social community like that, you actually end up wanting to go because, it's a fun environment. And while you're there, you're actually doing something that's benefiting you in the long run.
And can I be fit and not lose weight? Because if I had that option, I think I would be doing it every day.
Yes, of course.
Okay, then I'll work on that invite.
Being fit is a privilege. Genetics and medical conditions play a big role in body size.
Genetics, I agree, play a role in body size. Being fit is a privilege. Why do you think somebody would say that? Being fit is a privilege.
I feel like it is.
Really? Why?
Yes, I feel like it is. I have friends who are way bigger than I am. Mm-hmm. And most of us love dancing. Mm-hmm. So there are some of my friends who will be dancing and they'll go all the way down. Mm-hmm. I can't do that. I can't. But I'm like, but you're bigger than me. How can you do it? So for me, I feel like it's a privilege.
But is it because of your knees?
Yes, I will agree. Yes, it is.
So maybe, and you said they're bigger than you.
Way bigger than
Yeah, but maybe their muscle underneath there, underneath the thighs, are stronger from dancing. Dancing is a form of fitness, by the way.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't have to just be gym. Mm-hmm. And so, therefore, when they're able to go down, it's their muscle strength.
So is that genetic or it's just the body or what is it?
I guess a bit of both.
So it's kind of a privilege as well. Okay, for me, I think I will stick it as a privilege because I don't understand how anyone is bigger than me and fitter than I am. So I don't know. I feel like it's kind of a privilege. But then again, genetics also play a big role. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Fat is not an offensive word. Woke culture chooses to protect feelings over facts.
I don't think fat is an offensive word. Do you?
2 years ago, I would have thought it is offensive. Mm-hmm. Like, why are you calling me fat? Mm-hmm. But nowadays, we are used to it. Like, we've heard about it too much. So it's no longer offensive. It's just another word in the dictionary. Like, you choose to call us fat instead of plus size. Cool, whatever rocks your boat.
Okay, I can see in terms of if it's used inappropriately, then it would be offensive. Absolutely.
Is there really an appropriate way of using it?
I can say I feel really fat around this section of my... But fat, the definition of fat is?
Well, I don't know what's the definition of fat.
I'll let you know now.
I mean, as a word, it's a word. But it's how that word is used, as with all words.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm telling you right now, I don't feel it like it's offensive.
Yeah.
But I think 2 years ago, it was such a huge thing.
Yeah.
Like, why can't you just say maybe she has a big body, she's big-bodied, she's plus size, because instead of using fat.
Thin is the opposite of fat.
Yeah.
But you would easily say that person's so thin.
But I can't relate about the things.
No, I know, but in terms of when you're talking, like if you're talking about someone, that person's so thin.
So I think we will agree fat is not, it's not offensive. It's not. Yeah. Then the way you say diets, the woke culture, right now, no one is choosing your feelings over anything they want to say. It's this is it and this is it. You and your feelings can just go and cry at the back there. So nowadays, nothing is even that much offensive. It's just you to handle your emotions.
Exactly. Yeah. At the end of the day. And lessen the sensitivity around it, isn't it? Yeah.
Oversized men are fat, but oversized women are curvy.
Wow. And that is a fight that goes on in our plus size group like every day. Okay, I think if we are all plus size, then we are all fat then. So I don't think it's supposed to have like men are the fat ones and women we are the curvy ones. No, it shouldn't be that way, but sometimes society makes it that way. And you can't block people from having opinions. So then again, everything I think just draws back to you as a person. Yeah, it just draws back to you as a person.
And your self-esteem.
Exactly.
And
it just draws back to you as a person and your self-esteem, because people will have opinions. You'll be called fat, you'll be called this, whatever. So I don't think it's the men who are fat. I mean, if we are all in the plus size community, then we are all fat. It doesn't have to be that the men are the ones who are fat and the women are the ones who are curvy. Okay, though curvy, I think being called curvy is a fancy way of... Oh God, it's a fancy way of just this plus size and fat, whatever. It's just a fancy way. So if it's
but
fat,
also it would be very odd calling a man curvy.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Curvy is just a fancy name for the ladies. So if you have to do away with the curvy and all this plus, then we will all say then we are all fat then.
We're fat.
Because we're not thin. So I think...
Or, like I would say, I was fatter.
Yeah.
Couple of years ago, like that. So I think, it's too much sensitivity around certain words.
Yeah.
But again, it all depends how those words are interpreted and how they're used.
Yeah, and how you as a person, how you take it as
Absolutely.
well. Yeah, how sensitive are you to that? Yeah.
Body positivity should focus not just on fat people, but also other groups such as paraplegics.
Absolutely. For sure. I think the disabled community are overlooked hugely.
Yeah.
And there should be more body positivity around, for sure.
Yeah, that's true. I think the body positivity word has been taken up by mostly the plus size tribe. They're the ones who are running with the body positivity flag more. But I think body positivity doesn't have a specific category. It should be all round.
All round, yeah.
It should be all round. So if you've called them what?
Paraplegics.
That one. I'm going to bite my tongue over here. So I think every person should just have something to do with body positivity. Doesn't matter your size, your whatever. Yeah, so body positivity should just be all round.
All women should aspire to be fit.
Okay, that's an interesting one for me. I would say yes, because if we were to define fitness, it's the ability to go about one's daily tasks. Okay, that's the simply put. So yes, in my ideal world, all women and men should aspire to be fitter.
I agree. I don't think fitness should have a certain bracket. Everyone should just work on being fit. Whether you're big, small, medium, everything, just be fit. Yeah, like the way I've told you about my knees, I think I'm also supposed to be working on being fit. So I think everyone should just be fit.
And everything comes back to that,
Yeah.
you know? And the thing that I find interesting for myself is that it just changes. The older you get, then you realize it's actually not about the body and how you look. It's about
how you feel.
How you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially inside.
Especially
when you
inside.
say how you feel, they'll be like, but I feel good being plus size. But okay, health-wise.
Then you can't see what's going on inside.
True.
Yeah.
Fat phobia is not a real thing.
Yeah, I think it is a real thing.
It's a very, very real thing. Very real. Very. Oh God. If in a day, how many posts do I see someone being very irritated about a fat person or a big person? So I think to some people, fat phobia is real. It is real. Very.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah. Yeah, sadly, but it is. It's actually very real.
Alison, any comments?
You know, I was about to jump into, I have to just say this, because the country where I have seen the most overweight people have been the US, particularly in the Florida region. And I remember I'd taken the kids to, I think, Disney World out there. Well, Disneyland, Disney World, I can't remember now. It's a long time ago. Don't forget my age. And there were very many hugely obese people. You've watched those programs, My 600-Pound Life.
Yeah, I do.
Okay?
I do.
On that channel. So maybe 3/4 size of that person, but young. And in a mobility aid because they can't walk even a few steps. So they have the mobility scooter and so that, I have to be honest, I was like, oh my God, like, that's not nice.
Yeah.
And I felt almost bad. Not that that person said they were feeling bad. I mean, I didn't talk to them, but if you can be out and, you know, doing your thing and you know that you are, you know, like huge, like I'm talking huge, and you're okay with it, then clearly you must be okay with it. But for me at that time, I was like, this is so sad because this person might not be alive this time next year, you know? So fat phobia, I go back to that. Maybe I had a moment of that at that time.
Yeah.
But I think more because you just feel bad because that person doesn't have a good quality of life for sure. And they could be in their 20s.
Because you're judging from the fitness side of it.
Yeah, and I'm judging from that, but also going back to the fat phobia, it's like, oh my God, how can anyone allow themselves to get
How can you be this
Yeah,
big?
you're like, why would you even allow yourself to
So
be this
you've also
big?
had your own moment of fat phobia.
Yes, that's which I just acknowledged, you know, which is why I thought with myself, actually, yeah, I remember that time when I was like, oh my gosh, why would you allow yourself to get like that? And then, you know, I mean, I guess now when we watch the programs, then they go in for surgery and this, that, and the other. But I think a lot of these, you know, we talk about alcohol addiction, we talk about drug addiction, but there's food addiction.
Yeah, true.
And I think that's not spoken about enough. We have centers for alcoholics, drug addicts, but we don't have centers for food. What do we call that? Foodaholics. Right? I don't know, whatever that would be. Foodies, okay, foodies, better, foodies.
No, don't use foodies. We have a different meaning of that.
That's true. No, exactly. Yeah. So erase foodies. But it's a real thing. And I can only go on the basis of when I watch these programs, it's all related to some kind of mental health where they are not, they use food
for comfort.
To comfort.
Yeah.
And you know, rather than get to the root problem of why they want to eat 6 burgers in a day or, you know, 5 pizzas in a day, rather than, you know, deal with that, then, you know, one goes through this extreme surgery, you know? Anyway, I just thought I'd add
I think
that
we
in.
can agree fat phobia is real. Because even back here, like in the events industry, nowadays you can get, if you go to clubs, right?
No.
Okay.
Girl,
Do you
I left those.
No, but either way, even if you don't, do you like see the whole club scenes on social media and stuff?
Okay, sometimes I rely on my kids.
So you
to
know
tell
about
me.
hostesses, club hostesses.
Tell me.
Club hostesses, it's just basically that. I mean, they will come you and whatever you get. So back then you wouldn't get a plus size.
Oh, I see.
hostess.
Yes.
But nowadays, after now, like being this all loud about plus size movement and stuff, you can get 2 in one club or 1 in another club. So, because everyone sees, again, fitness, plus size is not fit. So I feel like that judgment itself is kind of fat phobia. It's kind of.
No. Plus size is not fit. No, because a plus size can be fit.
But not everyone sees it as that.
Yeah, true. I guess it's, how it's presented.
Yeah, exactly. So fat phobia is real.
I agree.
If there's one thing I want the other side to understand, it is
What's the other side?
the one that's not you.
Okay.
So Alison, body positivity, and Sheesh, fitness influences and the likes. If there is one thing I want the other side to understand, it is
that the fitter you are, the longer you will live, the healthier you will be. And I think we all strive to have a good quality of life. And that's what I would wish everyone would understand.
Okay. I feel like you're very open-minded for someone who works in the fitness bracket. So if there's something I would want the other side to understand, I think we can all be fit in whatever size our body is. Yeah, I can work on being fit, but not work on losing weight. So I feel like everyone should just be included in the fitness bracket.
Absolutely.
Yeah, don't tell us to lose weight to be fit. No, let's be fit with our size, with our body sizes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just that.
Yeah, I agree. It's been a pleasure.
You too.
Thank you very much, Alison and Sheesh.
Thank you.
Thank you.